smile. Yeah, I like the weather in California.
It's great weather.
Especially Sunday.
Well, Southern California is great weather. The wind.
It's lovely.
November through February, it's a great place. It's bad weather in the States. During those months, it's pretty good now too. Well, I think in the summer months I do a little bit cooler up here. Here's a little better.
Yeah.
But you live in Los Angeles or outside?
All the time.
You live in the city limits right now in Los Angeles?
No. One of the great
Still Los Angeles County?
Yes.
LA County?
That's
Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Before we get started, I would like to say something in English because our mayor is here. We have time to time lots of community activity held in this city. This city called Union City. Probably local people know it, but for our visitor from Taiwan, their first time here, and we really appreciate the mayor can spend his time to join with us. And today, our visitor from Taiwan, the first one I will introduce is the Chairman Huang. Taiwan, we have about 4 major parties, and this party we call TSU. TSU basically is about the number 3, the third biggest party in Taiwan. So we are proud of Chairman Huang. Under his leadership, can lead the core group, get lots of good policy for Taiwan. And along with the Chairman Huang, we had the Principal Lai. Yeah. Principal Lai, actually, he will be our legislator later, and because TSU only have 3 seats, and so we divide the term in 2 years. So the second 2 years, Principal Lai will be there as the legislator. And then the third one I will introduce is Meili Zhou. Meili is the Deputy Secretary, and also she in charge of the politics of policy and also the media relationship. So of course, most of you are more interesting. We'd like to see what our chairman will deliver the message to us. I encourage him to deliver in Taiwanese because except the mayor, we all speak. I will do the translation for him, okay? So no problem. But before our chairman started, I will invite our mayor to say the greeting to everyone.
Well, thanks, John. Chairman Huang, as well as other distinguished guests, welcome to Union City. If this is your first time here, I know for a couple of people perhaps it is in terms of staying overnight, so I want to thank John for picking out a great spot here at the Crowne Plaza. As some of you may or may not know, actually the owners of this hotel are Taiwanese. So it was appropriate in many ways to have this here this evening. And also, I said, mentioning at our table, which a lot of people perhaps don't know, is that the Public Works Director in Union City she's also from Taiwan, Minxi Ching. And as I said, out of 101 Public Works Directors around the Bay Area, not only are very few of them women, but I'm sure that she's the only woman from Taiwan who's a Public Works Director in the Bay Area. So it's very appropriate, I think, that you're having this here this evening. We're an extremely diverse community. And as I was mentioning also, I mean, I was just over the last few weeks here at a number of Chinese, Taiwanese events, one of which was in Milpitas, actually, here at 2 cities down 880. I was down there a couple weeks ago at the Milpitas Library, where the TICO office, the Taiwanese Economic and Cultural Office in San Francisco, had an event which was showing some photography and other paintings, as well as showing a movie, a Taiwanese movie, which I watched that evening, about the middle part of the country. I think it had to do with the World War II resistance to the Japanese, etc. And it was a fascinating movie to watch. So over the years, I've been to the TICO office on 555 Montgomery Street. So yes, I do know that address myself. In San Francisco, I've been there a number of times. John's invited me to a number of events over the years. So it's always good to partake with the Taiwanese community. Many times they are actually holding events right in this very building. The Northern California Taiwanese Chamber of Commerce, among other things, has events here, and I've been to those as well as in the Union City, as well as other parts of the Bay. So again, welcome everybody to Union City. As I told John, as well as the chair, but the president actually of the business school, that if he could have called up Janet Chang over at the TICO office and had the press officer, she could have come over and been my translator, but I guess I could say that for another day. But at any rate, again, welcome everybody to Union City. I hope you have a great stay. I heard that he has only 1 week in the United States, but you have 2, so you have a longer stay with us in the United States. And also, I just want to point out, yes, we welcome even Trojans from Southern California up into Union City. At least from the same. I went to the University of California at Berkeley, and we have a USC guy at the table with me, so it's good to have somebody at least from the Pac-12. So anyway, have a great evening, and welcome again to Union City, California, and the United States.
Thank you.好，咱即马过来就要进入咱今晚的主题吼咱主席最近真辛苦伫台湾替大家出声拍拼，我想大家拢对咱媒体拢已经有接受到这台湾的这个主席上精彩，我想咱就留咧等下互主席来替咱给大家报告。咱即摆用热烈的掌声来欢迎咱的女主席。OK。
小姐，